Greetings and welcome to Kate's Holistic Healing. We are your interactive holistic healing show where we walk you through various types of healing in an attempt to improve your physical, spiritual, and mental well-being. I am your host today, Kate Blecher, and I'm very happy to have with me once again Ron Navarre. Ron is the founder and owner of Stress Defense. And welcome, Ron.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for coming back. Now, Ron, tell me what it is in general in your practice. You do energy healing work, but what are the things that you...
Well, I do a combination of things, and I work with a wide variety of people. For the last probably 8 to 10 years, I've been working with cancer patients. And what I do with them is assess where they are in their treatment strategy and their process of healing, and help them design a program, personal healing program that they can implement for themselves. So that could be a combination of Reiki, Qigong, Tai Chi, meditation, a program they can do within a few minutes, or they can extend it to a longer period of time. It depends on what sort of shape and condition they're in, but I also work with people like artists and actors and general people who are dealing with health issues, mental health issues, teaching them how to process their experience and their energy more effectively. Probably the biggest thing is working with people on the issue of anxiety.
That is that's a problem and we have in New York and in the
I think
society.
we all have that problem.
In general, right. Even the people with the cancer would be, you know.
Oh yeah, there's a huge amount of anxiety involved in that whole experience of having that condition, the treatment protocol, working with the medical institutions. It's very stressful. Right. And there's a lot of anxiety involved in it.
Yeah. I should say, in the interest of full disclosure, that the first time I had terminal cancer, I worked with Ron, and I was given a year to live, and that was 14 years ago. So I have much to be grateful to for Ron, for my life. Yes. So he really is quite skilled. So if there's any sort of, you know anyone with a serious disease and you want to contact Ron Navarre at Stress Defense, he's had an excellent track record.
Well, thank you. I often use you as like the poster child of someone who really had an extraordinary recovery. And I attribute that to you more than to myself, because it was ultimately your choice, that you made the decision to activate that energy and that power within yourself. And that's really what it comes down to. So when I'm working with a person, I'm really trying to get them to activate that inherent energy within themselves, and then teach them how to channel it, how to use it.
Wow. Yeah. And does it take a long time to teach somebody, or?
It doesn't have to take a long time. It really depends on how receptive a person is. I mean, we're also dealing with belief structures, and sometimes, religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs, and I work with them all. If a person has a very strong religious faith, I will work with that faith and then incorporate what I do into that, so that they don't feel like they're abandoning or compromising themselves in any way. It's really about support.
That's excellent, because a lot of people with a religious bent, are a little scared of some of the holistic healing things, and they're just pretty much the same thing. I mean, genuine prayer is a form of meditation.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And faith is very, very powerful.
Right.
So it's really about where can we tap into that power, and we're dealing with models. The religious faith, from my perspective, is a model of reality, and I want to understand a patient's model of reality, and then introduce them to another one. Or tweak theirs slightly so that it becomes a little more expansive and affords the opportunity for transformation. I think one point I want to make about that is a lot of people, like I'll come into their life at a certain point in time where they're really focused on their faith healing. And one of the things that I often notice is a person is subjugating their power to a higher force, but they're not really taking command of their own process. They're basically passive in that process. And so what I try to do is educate them on being more assertive, taking command, and becoming their own primary healthcare provider with the support of their faith and their higher power.
Right.
And if they can do that, they really make a big difference. Because if, like with yourself, when I met you and you said, well, I have X amount of time to live, and I asked you, well, do you agree with that timeline?
Right.
And you looked at me like, what do you mean, do I agree? That's what the doctor told me. But ultimately, I think it's your choice, your decision, unless you choose to abdicate that power and authority to someone else. If you do, then you'll pretty much live out your life according to that time frame.
Right, and what they say.
Right.
Right. It is not a, well, I'm very glad I had you there at that difficult time in my life.